All right, welcome to the explainer. Let me ask you something. Have you ever just looked around at the world, everything from the stars way out there to the thoughts inside your own head, and wondered, could this all be made of the same basic stuff? It's a huge question, right? Well, today, we're diving into a really profound concept from the Gauḍīya Vedānta tradition that says, absolutely, yes. It's this idea of a single conscious foundation for everything. So just before we jump in, I want to give a quick shout out. This detailed explainer was actually requested by Sachin J, Karnik, who's the founder and CEO of Energy and Personal Excellence, LLC. This is for his program's religious studies arm. So with that, let's get right into it and start our journey into the very fabric of reality as seen by this amazing school of thought. Okay, so here's the game plan. We're going to start with this core idea of the unity of substance. Then we'll see how that blossoms into the divine energy theory. After that, we'll look at the 3 different ways that energy shows up, tackle a really mind-bending paradox they call inconceivable oneness difference, and then tie it all together with a beautiful metaphor, the ocean of consciousness. It all leads to this incredible idea of a living, conscious universe. All right, first up, the unity of substance. This is really the heart of the whole thing. The starting point is this. Even though the world looks incredibly diverse, you've got stars, rocks, people, thoughts, this philosophy says, believe it or not, it's all fundamentally made of one single thing, one unified substance. So let's get into the nitty-gritty of this term, Dravya Abheda. Okay, Dravya, that basically means substance or essence. Think of it as the real whatness of a thing. And Abheda, that means non-difference or unity. So when you put them together, you get non-difference in substance. And listen, this is the key point. It's not just saying everything is connected. No, it's a much more radical idea. It's saying that everything is literally composed of the exact same divine conscious stuff at its very core. And you really have to get this, because it's not just some side note. This concept, Dravya Abheda, is the absolute cornerstone of the whole system. It's like the foundation of a skyscraper. Without it, the rest of the divine energy theory it wouldn't stand up. It's the starting point that unlocks everything else we're about to talk about.
So this brings up a pretty obvious question, right? If everything is made of the same one thing, why does it all look so different? A rock is not a person, so what gives? The answer, according to this school of thought, is found in what's called the divine energy theory, or Shakti Tattva. The idea here is that the universe isn't something God made and then stepped away from. Instead, the universe is God, expanding outward.
Okay, let's look at how this expansion works. It's based on a principle called Shakti Shaktiman Abheda. This is really the engine driving the whole theory. So Shakti is the energy, and Shaktiman is the possessor of the energy, who is identified as Sri Krishna. The whole point is that they are inseparable. The energy isn't something that's created and sent out. It is the divine's own power, its own way of showing up in the world. They are one and the same, just in different modes. And here are a couple of great analogies to help this click. Think about fire and its heat. Can you have one without the other? No way. The heat isn't separate from the fire. It is the fire expressing itself. Or think about the sun and its rays. The rays are the sun, reaching out. They're totally inseparable. Well, this philosophy says that's exactly what's going on with the entire universe. The cosmos is just the divine energy expressing itself. Okay, so now we get to the next layer of this. If it's all one divine energy, why does it seem so different? Why does the spiritual world feel so different from the material world? Why do we, as individuals, feel like something else entirely? The answer is pretty elegant. That one single energy is, it's modulated. It's expressed in 3 different ways for 3 different functions. So here they are. Swarupa Shakti, which is the internal energy, Tatastha Shakti, the marginal energy, and Maya Shakti, the external energy. Now, it's super important to remember this. These are not 3 different energies. The substance is all the same. The only difference is in what they do. It's all about their function, their job, their mode of operation. And this table breaks it down really nicely. You can see these Svarupa Shakti up top. That's the spiritual realm. It's pure, luminous, blissful. It's all about the divine's own self-experience. Then you have Tatastha Shakti in the middle, kind of on the threshold. That's us, individual consciousness, with free choice. And finally, Maya Shakti, the material realm. Its nature is to obscure things, to create illusion, and that's what leads to our conditioned existence down here. So let's just walk through those one more time. First, you've got Svarupa Shakti. Think of this as the inner life of the divine. It's the core, pure consciousness, pure bliss. Then there's Tadastha Shakti, and this is us. We are the jivas, these tiny atomic sparks of consciousness, and the key thing is we have a little bit of freedom, a choice. And then finally, you have Maya Shakti. This is the energy that makes up the entire material world that we see and touch. But its job is also to act like a veil, making us forget our real nature. Okay, so this is where we get to a real philosophical mind-bender. How can everything be one and, at the same time, genuinely different? I mean, think about it. If we, as individual souls, are made of divine energy, how are we also distinct from that divine source? It feels like a contradiction, right? Well, Gauḍīya Vedānta doesn't shy away from this. In fact, it tackles it head-on with a really incredible concept. And that concept is called Achintya Bhedabheda Tattva. Now, the most important word there is achintya. It literally means inconceivable. And what's so amazing is that the philosophy just comes right out and says, look, this is a paradox. Your human logic, your finite mind, isn't going to be able to fully wrap itself around this. And that's the beauty of it. It's what allows for two seemingly opposite things to both be true: an absolute unified reality and the very real, very diverse world of our experience. So here's how they square the circle. You have oneness. That's Abheda, because everything is made of the same divine stuff. There's no real gap between the creator and the creation. But you also have difference. That's Bheda, because there are real distinctions in how everything functions. So the supreme is one, but it freely shows up as many. It's one substance, but with different jobs to do. That's the key. Now, to help us really grasp all of this, to tie these big ideas together, the texts give us this absolutely beautiful and powerful metaphor, and that is the ocean of consciousness. So, let's start with the depths of this ocean. Imagine it. Calm, radiant, unimaginably deep. This is the Swarupa Shakti. This is the pure, totally undisturbed foundation of everything that exists. It's the realm of pure being, pure consciousness, and pure bliss. Sat Chit Ananda. Okay, now let's go from the calm depths right up to the surface. What's it like up there? It's restless, right? It's agitated, full of waves and choppiness. Well, that is the Maya Shakti. It's the material world, the realm of illusion. And all those waves, all that constant motion, that's what distracts us and conceals the peaceful, tranquil depths that are always right there, just below. So, where are we in this picture? Well, we are the Tatastha Shakti. We're like the droplets of water, maybe in the spray at the shoreline. We are absolutely made of the same stuff as the ocean. We're still water, but we're also distinct droplets. And this is where our choice comes in. We have the freedom to sink back into the peaceful depths, that's spiritual realization, or we can just get tossed around on the surface, caught up in the waves of material life. So, when you put this all together, what do you get? What's the big picture here? It's a vision of a universe that is fundamentally alive. It's not just a bunch of dead matter. It's conscious, it's whole, it's deeply interconnected. And really, this is the ultimate takeaway. It's a universe that is seen as the living body of the divine. Every single atom, every thought, every soul participates in this one indivisible wholeness of what they call Sit, Ananda, being, consciousness, and bliss. It's not a cold, mechanical universe. It's a living, breathing, sacred reality. And so this whole philosophy leaves us with a pretty powerful question to think about, doesn't it? If all of reality, everything and everyone is really just one conscious substance, well, how does that change how you see the world? How does that change your relationship with everything around you? It shifts things from being just a separate observer to being an actual, integral part of a living, divine whole. Well, that brings us to the end of our deep dive. I want to thank you for joining me on this journey into Dravya Abheda. If you want to explore these ideas even more, please do get in touch with the person who requested this explainer, Sachin J. Karnik. His email address is right there in the description box below.